guys, welcome back. We are on episode 36, and this week, we're going to be talking about different perceptions of success. So we're going to try to lighten the mood. Last week was a little intense. It was good, and I think it was necessary, but it was a little intense. So we're going to try to, lighten things up a little bit and have a little more fun this week. And I think the fun part starts with our news, because both of us have news stories that's kind of funny, actually. Yeah. Erin, go ahead and share your news. It's pretty cool.
Okay. So I think you all know that I love women that just go after crazy things and crazy dreams. And there's a woman in Manhattan named Jen that found a business area that has yet to be tapped. And that is in the wedding industry. Like, I didn't realize that there were any stones left unturned there, but she is officially a bridesmaid for hire. So you can hire this woman, Jen, to stand and even out your wedding parties. She can come, just the day of your wedding and be there just to lend moral support and be that person that tells the bride that everything is okay. You can hire her to train your bridesmaids on how to be bridesmaids, which I think is a little crazy, but her starting rates are $2,000 per event.
That's
and
crazy. Seriously, to be a bridesmaid?
I know. And the best part about the whole thing is that she advertised in such a unique way. When she first started, she put an ad on Craigslist, and that doesn't sound very unique except for the fact that she put it in the personals section. And her first day, like full day of having a post up, she had over 100 responses, and she's completely booked for months.
I just don't understand. Like, I think it's clever.
It's clever.
It's one of those like kitschy little things that you hear about and you're like, haha, that's kind of funny. But the fact that she's freaking booked for months, that's a little disturbing to me.
It is. It says a lot about how much we put into these like big occasions and our appearances and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard bridezilla stories to no end. I've heard bridezillas tell their bridesmaids to be that they have to lose weight, or they have to dye their hair, or they have to cover up tattoos, or, all this stuff. And that's ridiculous to me. It's like, if you want this person to be a bridesmaid, it's because they're special to you, and you shouldn't care if they are a little overweight or not quite as tall as you want them to be, or that their hair's not the color it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't want a random, like, can you imagine 20 years from now, these brides are looking through their photo album and they're like, wait, who is that?
They would remember though, dropping $2,000 on her. Like,
I would hope they would remember. But I mean, even their kids, they're going to be like, this is your aunt so-and-so, and this is mom's best friend so-and-so, and this is a random stranger that we paid $2,000 to stand at our wedding. Seriously.
I think in those situations, they fall back on her other title, which is a light wedding planner.
Which that I actually get paying $2,000 for. I mean, that's kind of nice to have somebody swoop in on the day of the wedding and just make sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, because it's chaotic on your wedding day. So, I mean, that part makes sense. But the whole stand-in bridesmaid thing, that's ridiculous.
It's so much. I just love it's so dumb to me, for sure. Like, I mean, I don't understand the wedding industry without all of that. But it's so brilliant to be able to tap into that market. And she's really like she's diversifying her income, because she's now got e-courses and stuff that she sells. She's making huge money doing this. She's
teaching people how to be bridesmaids. It's not rocket science, people. You buy the freaking dress, you do everything your bride friend tells you to do, and then you go and complain about it behind closed doors, and you never have to do it again. I'm sorry, but there is the rare unicorn who loves being a bridesmaid.
It's her.
Well, no, she loves getting paid.
Yeah. Well, she says she likes being a bridesmaid too. She says that's why she did it.
I hate being a bridesmaid.
That woman's crazy. And I think it's amazing. I love it. I want to be hired to be someone's like I don't know, recipe advisor. So I can be like, yes, that's a good recipe.
Yes, that's what you're cooking tonight. Speaking of cooking tonight, I know what you're going to cook tonight. You're going to cook Kraft mac and cheese.
Yes.
So I've mentioned before that I am a sucker for really good commercials. And I love this commercial that Kraft Mac and Cheese put together. It's this new ad campaign called Swear Like a Mother.
Well,
I just love it so much. It makes me happy. So it says that Kraft Mac and Cheese is trying to help moms feel better about swearing in front of their kids.
what?
You know, we're coming up on Mother's Day. By the time this episode airs, it will be Mother's Day weekend. So happy Mother's Day. It said research found that 74% of moms admit to cursing in front of their kids. So I'm going to play this ad. I hope it makes you giggle because it's really funny, okay? It's really funny. Here we go.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I'm Melissa Moore, author of Holy A Brief History of Swearing. A recent study by Kraft Mac and Cheese revealed that 74% of moms say they've sworn in front of their kids. If you're one of the 26% who say they've never sworn in front of their kids, you're full of Anyway, I'm here to show you how to avoid some of these not-so-perfect parenting situations. For example, when your kids are running around like caffeinated gorillas when you're trying to make a web video, you might say, "What the frog? You're acting like flipping goof nuggets. Take that horse hockey outside." Instead of, "Calm the down and get your little outside." Or you can say, "Get off your monkey flunking tablet and get your shiitake mushrooms ready for soccer practice." And you really want to say, "Move your and get together for soccer. You're gonna ow! I meant son of a motherless goat."
She just stepped on Legos, mind you, which is every parent's worst nightmare.
Gosh.
So anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. And then at the end, she talks about how, you know, like when you're not perfect, Kraft macaroni and cheese is.
That's brilliant.
And I love it so, so much. I love it so much. I can't stand it because
oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
Every parent lets one slip out every now and then. I mean, you just do.
It just happens.
And you don't have to feel bad about it.
Right.
I just think it's hilarious. And the woman, we'll share the link to that ad in the show notes because you really need to watch the whole thing, because the woman who is talking throughout is like this very plain, like just the epitome of a mom that's like your soccer mom. She's got the short haircut. She's got like the overall jean dress and the turtleneck kind of thing going. Like she does not look like she has ever said the word damn in her life. And so it's just really funny. And then she's got these kids running around like all crazy in the background and stuff. It's hilarious. And I think it's marketing genius.
Oh, it is. I love it. That's hysterical.
So happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
It's a tough job, we know. And there's a lot of you listening who can relate to that ad and to, you know, Erin's predicament. I'll say, I don't have the predicament that a lot of you guys have because I don't have small kids. My daughter's 15, so I have never had to deal with, well, I shouldn't say never. I did when I had a store. I've never had to work at home and have children running around in the background. That's never been my life. So I don't know how people do that.
Lots
I don't.
of prayer and
lots of swearing like a mother.
Yeah.
Even if it's just under your breath.
Tears and
Reese's
bribery
in the closet.
Yeah, that's how we make it.
So, you know what? If you get through your day without killing one of your children, success. That is what success looks like. So happy Mother's Day weekend, guys. I hope that your little hellions spoil you rotten.
But let's be honest, they won't. So
no, there will still be dirty dishes in the sink on Monday. Legos on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even complain about Mother's Day because John just like handles it and he knows what I really want, and that's to sleep and be left alone and fed. So He gets up and he lets me sleep in. Well, he lets me sleep in all the time anyway. And he'll make me whatever weird breakfast I want, and it can be something ridiculous. And then the kids go out with him and I just sit at home and read and relax.
I think that's most mothers' ideal Mother's Day. And it's really funny because Mother's Day is meant to celebrate the fact that you're a mother and for your kids to honor you. And the best way that they can honor us is to leave us the crap alone.
Yes,
it's like, if you really love me, just go away.
Just stop touching me. Stop touching me. Get your own snack. It's fine. I'm not lonely. I promise. It's okay. That always makes me feel bad though, because my youngest, he's always like 3 inches from my face. And I'll say, why don't you go play? And he'll look at me and he'll put his hands on my face, just like cut my face, and he'll go, but I don't want you to be alone.
Aww.
And I'm like, well, now I feel like a jerk.
But I think, and this is not speaking from personal experience by any means, but I've been around enough children to think that by the time you get to the third child, you've had enough. Like, you violated my personal space long enough, children.
Yeah.
Sorry, number 3, if you're a cuddle bug, but that just doesn't work for me.
No.
Your first 2 siblings took all of that joy.
Yes. Mommy's too tired to feel things now.
She's just numb from the brain down.
From the brain down. That's right. I'll feed you and give you clothing, but stop touching me.
That's awesome. So today we're talking about perceptions of success, and I'm kind of excited to talk about this. I'm always excited to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah.
I'll talk about anything. But this is kind of cool because you see online all the time. And we mentioned this, I think a couple episodes ago, we briefly kind of glazed over these Facebook ads that we see that are like, I used to live in a van down by the river and now I'm successful and making blah, blah, blah. And
I hate those ads.
I really
so
do.
much. I hate those ads. People, stop using hero's journey tactics. Sorry.
It's old.
It's old.
Funny you say it like that. You call it a hero's journey. So this is kind of interesting. So I am taking Business by Design by James Wedmore, which when he opens the cart again later, I think later in the year, maybe next year, I highly recommend this. Like, it's amazing. It's such a good course. But one of the first things that he said in one of the very first lessons within this course, which speaks volumes to what you just said, Erin, is that as a course creator or as a business owner who works with clients or teaches students, we are not the hero of the story.
No.
We're the guide and our students or clients are the hero.
Thank you. This is, I love this so much. See, I had someone mention to me recently that they thought I was a VA, which was shocking to me. But I was very, very like, I'm not, no. And I mean, I love VAs, I do, but I'm not a VA. And I felt like that was a complete, disaster. Like, how am I marketing myself? And then I realized why. And this was like one of those like life-changing moments for me. I have a lot of life-changing moments. But it was one of those moments where I realized I was doing exactly what I wanted to do. As a coach, there are a lot of coaches out there who are like, it's me. I helped all these people do all of these things. But when you're a coach, it is not about you. It's not about you at all. My whole thing, the whole reason that I enjoy being a coach is because I can be successful by helping other people be successful. And I can do that without ever being like, look at me and my greatness, and that's what coaching is about. If you have a coach who is overshadowing you, find a new coach.
Yeah.
Okay? So there's my 2 cents on that. I'm glad you said it because I hate it. I hate it.
Well, and I think that's one of the reasons why, and I mentioned this last week, but I have a really hard time when people call me their mentor. Mm-hmm. I have a hard time with that title because I don't feel like I'm deserving. but that kind of falls in line with that. I am a guide for my students. And when they look at me, they don't look at me and go, you know, I'm going to do everything she's doing and try to be just like that. Instead, they see me kind of as this voice of reason and this guide along their path to helping them be successful. And that's where the mentor part comes in.
Yes.
So if people are looking at me more as a guide and that's what makes me a mentor, I'm actually okay with that. I accept that title in that regard, because that's ultimately my goal with everything I do. I don't want people to emulate me and try to do what I'm doing, because you can't. Right. I am myself, and my success is because of the life choices I've made and the path that I've taken and different things that I've done in my business. And it's not going to be the same for you if you try to do it. Right. So, you know, I think it's perfectly okay for us. And I think it's good for us to have mentors, but you have to make sure that your mentor is someone who is that guide and allows you to be the hero. And I love that that's how he said it, because I think that's such a great metaphor for how it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of people kind of get lost in what you were talking about, being overshadowed by their mentor, and they don't realize they're even being overshadowed. They just follow the herd.
Yeah.
So there's a false perception of success that is very prevalent online, and you see people chasing after it, but they never attain it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that is because no one truly knows what success looks like.
It's not the same for everybody.
Right. So you have so many people chasing this idea of success, but they themselves have not figured out what they believe would make them successful truly. So many people are just like, oh, I'll be successful when I hit this point. But when they hit that point, then there's a new like arbitrary goal that they've got, and it's never ending. I think it's really important for people to, before they even look at these ads online for coaches and programs, to identify what their version of success actually looks like the big picture. Like, this is it. When I hit this point, for real, within my business, within my personal life, this is what I'm working towards. Mm-hmm. So,
well, and I do think it's okay for it to shift as you go.
Yeah.
Because our brains get stuck in the now, and it's really hard for us to visualize this great future. Like, you go to work at a corporate job, you get a 401k, right? Your 401k is meant to help you save for retirement. But when you're 20 something or 30 something years old, retirement is this arbitrary being that's way down the road. And it's not something that you can really visualize. Like, I'll be 39 soon, and I still can't picture what it's going to look like when my husband and I are both retired. I don't know what I want that to look like. I have no idea. I can't conceptualize that. So it's really hard for us to think in those big picture terms. So it's perfectly okay for you to visualize your version of success as far into the future as you can conceptualize, but allow it to shift as you grow.
Yes.
As 10 years from now, I don't know what my business is going to look like. I have no idea. I know what I hope it will look like, but what I hope it will look like in 10 years could be completely false, or it could be what it actually looks like in 2 years. And then I'm growing even faster than I thought, or something totally different, or I could not even have a business in 10 years. You can only think so far ahead, but you have to allow yourself to think ahead, because that gives you something to work towards.
Yeah. And ultimately, those things that you're working towards, you have to ask yourself why or how they will benefit you, what they're going to add to your life. Because a lot of times, especially when you're working online, you set these goals and these things that'll, make you quote unquote happy, just based off of hearsay, what you see online. I saw recently an ad that, there was a course that you would guarantee double your Pinterest followers in 30 days. And everyone was like, yes, that's amazing. And then Exactly. And I wanted to go on there. All these people who were like, yeah, I'm going to drop, because it's like $900 course. I'm going to drop all this money. Yeah. $900 course.
Oh my God. I am way undercharging.
I know. I'm so over e-courses right now, and that's a different episode for a different time. But all these people were commenting like, this is what I need. This is what I need. And I wanted to go in, like the coach and me wanted to go in and say, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why will doubling your Pinterest followers, why will that benefit you? How will that improve your life? How will that improve your business? Give me I want 3 reasons. And if you can't give yourself 3 reasons as to why or how, then question it.
And those reasons should be far deeper than, well, it'll bring more traffic to my website.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what?
Yeah. It's so true. And that's the thing. I know people right now who have hundreds of thousands of visitors, I don't know, daily, weekly, a lot of visitors. Because I follow a couple of different bloggers in a group, and these women are still striving. They're not thriving. Not at all. And they're investing so much into these because they're, that's what they think they need to do. That's their goal. They want 1 million followers, 1 million visits per day and all of that. But when you question even the people that are doing that, they'll say the same thing. Well, I don't know. So question these things.
There is a very popular Facebook course that, and I'm going to tread lightly here. I'm going to try, but you guys listening, you know that I am very honest. And when I say things like what I'm about to say, I'm not saying it to be ugly. I'm not saying it to say that what this person is doing is wrong. I think whatever she's doing, if it's working for her, that's great. And if it works for you, that's great. But my own personal opinion is that this Facebook course is ridiculous because the tactics, first of all, the end goal of this course is to teach you how to grow this massive Facebook following, okay, and to make money that way.
Right.
Which the money part is what everybody wants. The problem is the tactics that she's using and that she's teaching require you to spend your entire day on Facebook. It's very, very time intensive. It's very labor intensive. It's expensive because you're paying for the course and then you have to pay for Facebook ads this is what I don't understand. And maybe you can help me out. And I'm going to get off on a tangent, and that's okay.
Here we go.
This is my podcast. I can do what I want. I don't understand why you would pay to promote a Facebook post for a blog post that doesn't earn you any money. I can't wrap my head around that. If you have a blog post that's packed full of affiliate links, or it's a sponsored campaign and you're getting, you want to really impress the brand, or you're getting paid per page view or something like that, I get it. It's directly tied to earning money. So you're trying to get as much traffic there as possible. I get it. But I see bloggers all the time. They're like, I put this video up on Facebook and it's not doing well, so I'm going to pay to get more traffic to that video. Okay, great.
Oh,
what happens? People boost that post and they get, maybe hundreds or thousands of views. But then what? What happens? Nothing happens. These people don't go to your blog. They don't care about you. They don't follow your page. They don't like your page. They don't, they might share the video or share the post if they think it's good, but it ends. At some point it ends and you make no money, but you're spending money and you're spending time, and you could be spending that money and that time on other things that are really getting you to what your true version of success looks like. For me, success for me will look like me not having to work 12 to 16 hours a day and me having a maid. I want a maid so bad. And being able to just pick up and travel with my family. That's what success will look like to me. There's not a dollar amount attached to that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that dollar amount looks like, but I'll know it when I get to that point where I can go, you know what? I'm going to take the next 4 days off and I'm going to take my kid and my husband and we're going to go out of town, and I don't have to worry about my business going under or a blog post not going up or a bill not getting paid. Like, we're comfortable enough that I can do this.
Yeah.
That's what success will look like to me. Facebook ads are not going to get that for me. They're just not. A boosted post on Facebook or a viral blog post is not going to get that for me.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are doing that though, because they're trying to build like that online authority. And truth be told, there's more to building online authority than boosting a post. And y'all, if you're boosting posts,
I'm gonna be completely transparent because I feel like it needs to be said. If you look at my numbers, first of all, everybody who's listening to this, if you know me at all, I am the email girl. I'm the ConvertKit girl. People come to me, ask me all kinds of blog related questions because they know I know the answer. And I'm not trying to say this to brag, but people know that I know what I'm talking about. I have established myself as an authority in the blog space. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay. I have about 115 Facebook fans. Maybe. I have to look. I might have less than that. I don't know. I don't have a massive list on an email list. And I preach email, but I keep a very tidy, engaged list. I clean it constantly. So I don't have this massive list. I don't want people on my list who don't open my emails. You're gone. Bye. Don't sign up. So my list is never going to be this massive. Well, I shouldn't say never. It may eventually be massive, but I always want it to be engaged. My open rates are consistently 45 to 50% every single email I send. That's unheard of. And it's because I have nurtured my community, not because I have spent all day promoting crap on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Pinterest. I never go on Pinterest, if I'm being totally honest. I have Board Booster set up and co-schedule, and I don't touch it. It just runs in the background. Yeah. So if success to you is some arbitrary number, please think deeper about what that number means and what it adds as far as value to you and to your brand and your business. Because at the end of the day, it's a number. It means absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, it's true. It's definitely true. You have to really, really dig and do some self-talking and understand why it is those numbers are so important to you. And a lot of the time, if you're being honest with yourself, depending on what market you're in, I'm definitely going to throw that caveat in there because I'm sure that there are markets that those things are more important to than others. But if you're a blogger or a handmade business owner or whatever, or coach or any of those things, and you're so focused, so hyper focused on views, on page views, on social media numbers, then you're missing the point of those things. And that is that you're not a collector. You're not out here to collect views. You're not out here to collect people. Your role as a business owner, and this is something that is across the board, your role as a business owner is to make an impact and to make a change with your business, whether that's providing a product or, sharing a service or whatever it is that you do. It's not about making sure that you have 1 million people that like you. There is a huge difference between being famous and making an impact. Mm-hmm. Okay. Having fame doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make money. I know lots of people who have fame and they're making no money. So, and then to add to that for just a moment, this is something that I want everyone to be aware of when they see these things, these ads talking about how, you can jump into this course and you'll find success. And it's always a dollar amount, there's a huge difference between income and profit.
Yes, there is.
Huge difference, because this person may be boasting that they make this much in income, but how much of that is going into boosting all of these ads and promoting all of these posts and places. There is a person that was in a news article recently, and he is by the books just under being a millionaire, but he's broke because it's all going right back into putting ads out to make him look more important than what he is, really. Mm-hmm. So bear that in mind. That success, that version of success is not always authentic.
Yeah. That's why we said when we talked about trying to figure out which course to take, which course is right for you or what have you. That's why we push so hard about digging deeper into who's teaching it and what their background is, because it makes a difference. And, I am a firm believer that you have to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to invest in yourself and your business. And that involves time and money. But at some point, you have to make sure that you're getting a return on that investment that makes it worth the time you're putting in. So if you are having these launches and you're making $100,000, but you're spending 70 grand to get that 100,000, that's not worth it.
No,
It's not. I mean, and you're probably like, well, but that's still $30,000, but you could have had 100.
yeah,
exactly. So where is your money going? I mean, if you're investing in a course, $900 in a course for Pinterest, seriously?
Yeah, that's a lot for Pinterest.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I mean, Pinterest is great. Don't get me wrong. Pinterest drives a ton of traffic to a lot of websites.
Yeah.
But this is one of the things that I work with people on too, is you have to think bigger picture when it involves traffic too. Okay, you want people to find you in search engines and on Pinterest, right? Which Pinterest is a search engine now. We're just going to lump that all in. Google and Pinterest, those are the big two. You want people to find you there. Okay, great. They find you there. Then what?
Right.
They click through, maybe, if you're lucky, if you write everything properly and you have the right keywords and they attract people. They click on your pin and they go, oh, this looks cute. They click over to your blog post. They skim and look at pictures. Then what?
Yeah.
Where do you want them to go when they get to your website? What do you want them to do? Don't just stop at Pinterest. Don't just stop at, I need to have an email list. Great. I think you do need to have an email list, but what are you going to send? What are you going to do? What is the ultimate goal of that email list? Do you want just to have 100,000 people on your email list and go, I have 100,000 people? Or do you want those people to actually do something when you send an email and click through to a blog post and buy something from you, or, help promote your sponsored post that you did for whatever this campaign is, or whatever? What do you want these people to do? So
right.
Don't get so stuck. I get so frustrated when I see other people get frustrated because they get stuck on these little things and they're like, oh, I just can't get my Pinterest numbers, or, oh, I just can't seem to do this or that or the other thing. And it's like, okay, but why do you care so much about that?
Yeah.
What is ultimately the important thing? The ultimate goal for everything you're doing. What is that? Make sure that every single thing you do is focused around getting you to that ultimate goal, whatever it is.
Yeah. It's a lot of people needing to seek alignment within their lives and not following what the crowd says you should be doing.
The herd mentality.
Yeah. And it's really hard. Like I can totally identify with that. It's really hard to not fall into the crowd mentality, to see everybody doing all of these different things and they're all exciting. But, when you step back from it, it's a lot of times you'll find that those things aren't beneficial to you, not big picture.
And every business is different. And that's, kind of the overall thing of what we're talking about today is the perception of success, because every business, every website is different. Your goals are going to be different from my goals. Your view of what success looks like for you is going to be different from what my view of success looks like for me. For you, if you've got little kids, your view of success might be to pay for private school education for all of your kids and not have to worry about that money. It might be homeschooling your kids. It might be, just saving up enough through whatever income you make from your blog to send them to college and not have to worry about tuition. I mean, it could be anything, anything. But it shouldn't just be this arbitrary number of Facebook followers or Pinterest followers or email subscribers or this or that. Like, there should be some meaning tied to that, not just a number.
Yes, definitely. There definitely needs to be a meaning to it. And it really has to be bigger than any number, even bigger than a dollar sign, because at the end of the day, the dollar sign may be an effective tool, but that's all money is. Money is a tool, and money will not purchase your happiness. It might purchase all these fun little things that'll make you happy.
It'll buy a maid.
It'll buy a maid. But
I just really want a maid.
yes. But ultimately, that money is just a tool. It's just another tool. So, and that's why money has never been like a big part of my version of success. I mean, money is great. You know, I enjoy spending money as much as the next girl, or next human.
You know what? This is kind of a funny kind of sad story.
Oh gosh.
I can talk about this because this woman that I'm talking about is like family to me. It's one of my mom's very, very, very close, dear friends that she's known since I was like 4, something ridiculous. Like I've known this woman my whole life. So this woman who I love dearly, she has worked hard her whole life and she's had really great corporate jobs that pay very well. And every 2 years, she allows herself to purchase a $3,500 Louis Vuitton handbag. And she drives a $70,000 BMW. She lives in $1 million house. And she has no savings.
Oh.
Everything she buys, she pays for, like there's not any real significant debt. Her house is paid for. Her car is paid for. But she spends all of her money. And my mom were talking about this recently. And my mom, she basically told my mom, she said, I know that it's not healthy, but I just can't make myself drive a car that's not a BMW. I can't do it. I can't carry a handbag that's not Louis Vuitton. I can't not hang a $50,000 chandelier in my foyer. It's a foyer when you have a $50,000 chandelier. Like her whole world is material stuff. And to her, when she gets home and she sees all of these fineries and she looks at her handbag and she has the matching Louis Vuitton wallet that goes in her Louis Vuitton handbag, like that's success to her. And she's happy with that. And that's fine. That is totally fine if that's what makes her happy. That is not what makes me happy.
Right.
What makes me happy is when I go to Marshall's and I find a really, really cute handbag for $35.
Yes.
That makes me happy.
Yes.
Because I am cheap.
Frugal.
I am frugal. I like really good stuff, but I don't like to pay for it. That's why the trifecta, Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, man, I'm telling you, I dig it. I am all about a sale. I'm not couponing. I don't do that. But it's name brands are not important to me. I could care less what the name is on the tag on the purse I'm carrying. That means nothing to me.
Right.
But if that's important to you and your version, your perspective of success is that you have a closet wall lined with Louis Vuitton handbags, go get it, girl. Do it. I'm not going to say it's wrong. I don't understand it. But it's not wrong if that's what makes you happy. If that's your ultimate goal of success, then do that. That's totally fine.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, it's different for everybody. And there's not a right or a wrong. But just make sure that it means something, that there's some substance to it. And it's not just because you want to brag about the fact that you have these things.
Yes, that's one of the biggest problems with my specific generation. I feel like is that a lot of what people do is for other people, what they believe will fit the like status quo, and they're making people are spending more money than they make on the regular just because they want to feel like they fit in somewhere. And it doesn't have a lot of meaning outside of they just want to fit in with what everybody else is allegedly doing. Which is why I struggle so much with monetary goals, I guess, because for me, like the money's going to get put to something stupid. It's not going to go towards like anything cool. I'm going to go and I'm going to buy a new floor. Like it's going to go towards something like ridiculously practical because I'm, 90 years old in a 30-year-old body, but
you're going to go spend it at Target. Don't lie.
I'm going to spend it at Target and it's going to be on like rugs and Tupperware, stuff like that. But
Tupperware. Yeah. I love Tupperware.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. See, that's good money spent right there.
It really is. I love storage. Anything.
Storage is amazing. The problem is though, is that there are so many fun storage options that I have taken up my house with fun storage options that just don't work. They look really cute, but they just don't work.
They don't work. I know. I'm kind of figuring out that I'm more of a modular storage kind of girl. Like I like stackable storage that I can hide in the closet or in the attic. And then when I'm not using those storage bins, I want them to easily break down and fit inside of one another.
Yes. That's my husband.
That's my kind of storage. These cute little baskets and bins and stuff, they're cute.
Those are pointless.
They are pointless. I need lids on things because I need to stack.
Yes. I don't understand.
I have surpassed the horizontal limit in my house. We're going vertical now.
There we go. There we go. I also cannot get on board with those cute little baskets that you put the cute little like throw blankets in because that will just turn into a cat bed.
Yeah. And see, all of our blankets, Erin, from personal experience, all of our blankets, every blanket I own becomes a dog blanket.
Right. Well, that's what happens when you have dogs.
Yeah. Erin can tell you, I'm not making this up. When you come to my house and you go into my living room, every single seat in my living room has a blanket on it. Every one of them. Because my dogs live here.
Oh, I thought it was because of your husband. I'm just kidding.
He's a dirt ball. No. My dogs get on the sofa and I don't care.
That's her version of success.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's success. That's just poor training on my part. I don't know how to train dogs.
Me either.
So they just live here. They get on everything. They get in the bed. And what's sad is that they have a queen size bed in my room. And they still get in my bed.
I did not realize that.
They have a queen sized feather bed.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding.
They are spoiled.
Yeah, Dakota goes up there at night and she like dives into it and rolls around and makes all this noise like she's just in heaven. She's like, oh yeah, give me all the feathers. It's great. It's fantastic. She stretches out with her legs hanging out and stuff. It's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
And then there's Daisy. She circles and circles and circles and gets herself in the tightest possible little ball that she can get in. So she circles like 15 times and then she's in this tight little ball and then she lays down and goes to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
It's so cute. But when she lays down, it's like hydraulics on a car. It just goes, boop, and it's just this little boop. Because she's little. She's a basset hound, so there's nowhere for her to go. She just goes boop and she's down.
It's the cutest thing ever, too. Truly.
So that's success for Daisy.
That's success. The cutest version of success.
Yeah, that would be Daisy May. So anyway, this was kind of a tangent of an episode, but bottom line is, if you are buying into all these things that you see online where other people are making you promises because it worked for them, please be very careful of that. And if you see something that catches your eye and you go, oh, I want to do that too, stop for long enough and really think about why you want to do that.
Right.
Why do you want a massive Facebook page? Why do you want millions of Pinterest followers? What are you going to do with them when you get them? I mean, make sure that you're focusing your time, because really that's what it boils down to, I think, is where we're spending our time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are spending all of your time building a Facebook following, that means you're not spending time engaging with a community or writing really great content or learning how to be a better photographer or whatever the or looks like. So you're trading time. So make sure that you're spending it wisely on something that really matters.
Yeah. And make sure that you realize that your version of success doesn't have to look like everybody else's version of success. If your version of success is just to be home and content in your little house with your family and, you know, have enough extra money to go out and buy ice cream once a month with your kids, that is success. And that's just as important as someone whose version is being able to go out and buy a new name brand handbag every month. You know, it's whatever would make you happy. That's success. And don't let other people discount what you feel is successful.
Yeah. Preach. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. I feel like that's every episode now.
I know. We get on our high horse and then we're like, boom, done. So there you go. Do we have any updates? We don't have any updates on our soon to be live episode.
No, none yet.
But it's coming.
It's coming.
We're going to work on that soon and we'll get that to you. So tentatively, we're scheduling that one for the 25th of May. That's a Thursday. We're not really quite sure yet of the platform we're going to use to do it. Initially, we thought we might do it in the Facebook group, but I'm not sure that's going to be the best option. We'll figure that out. But we do hope you'll plan to join us because we're going to record episode 40 live and we would love to have you. So just tentatively, I can't say that fast, tentatively mark May 25th on your calendar and just plan to not do anything else that day.
That's right.
Just hang out with us all day.
Yes, all day long. It'll be fun.
Yes, it will be fantastic. So if you like this episode or like any of our episodes, please rate and review, share, tell your friends, spread the word, all that fun stuff. And we'll catch you next week. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Bye, guys.